When we say never let these people have a moment's peace, Lindsey Graham is one of the people that we're talking about. Let's talk about the current state of our world for a moment. We're in an illegal war with Iran that Congress has not made legal. Republican congresspeople, some in particular, seem thrilled to be throwing all of our resources into a conflict that does little more than hurt everyone involved, everyone except for Israel, of course.
$1 billion a day. Oil prices up 27% in a week. You've got the president wanting a $1.5 trillion defense budget in 27. The idea that the Pentagon is about to come to you for $50 billion on these strikes to Iran. How are you going to answer?
Best money ever spent. Was it worth to America to take down a religious Nazi regime who's trying to build a nuclear weapon to deliver to America? That's a really good investment. They're going to fall. It's not if the regime falls, it's a matter of when. And you didn't mention today, and nobody has, quite frankly, we now know they had enough 60% enriched uranium to make 11 bombs.
Democratic congresspeople are just doing and saying nothing about any of it. Also, our airports are a nightmare. We've got TSA agents who haven't been paid in over a month. Many of them are quitting because they can't afford to work without getting paid. And now, for some reason, we have ICE agents in our airports. Trump said that they will somehow help airports to run more smoothly, but enough video and photo evidence is out there showing that they are doing nothing of the sort. They haven't been trained to do the job of a TSA agent. They're not helping with crowd control. They're not checking IDs or bags or doing any of the other things that Trump said that they would do. If anything, they're just like adding to the general confusion that already exists at airports, especially now, and they're further frustrating the workers who are still there, trying to move things along, dealing with, I'd imagine, also very frustrated travelers. Anyway, Palm Sunday was last Sunday, which means that Easter Sunday is this Sunday. Typically, people get time off from work for major holidays, and by people, I mean like Congress people. Regular people still have to work. They don't even give us off the day for Easter Monday. They just told us that Jesus rose 3 days after Good Friday, but we celebrate it on the second day. 2 equals 3, I guess, right? So Congress, it can be argued, doesn't deserve much of a holiday right now because they haven't done any work lately. They're not doing anything for us, at least. They were supposed to fund the government and get our government workers paid, including our TSA agents, and get our airports back to a functioning state, but they couldn't even do that. They're completely ineffective, defunct, if you will, and they have absolutely no shame about it. In fact, they seem to think that they've earned their time off. Case in point, classic warmonger congressman, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham was spotted at Disney World in Orlando this weekend.
Single and childless South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham dropped into the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, Laura. He claims he was doing business in Florida, a lot of it at Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary Resort. You can see Mickey in the background. And then he was later seen walking through Fantasyland with a pink bubble gun. What is Lindsey doing? I don't know why he's there, but it's a very weird world after all, I guess.
No, it's a very small world, I would say that.
And at least he looks happy. TMZ released a video this past week asking people to send them any and all video and photo evidence of congresspeople enjoying themselves over the Easter break. And so someone sent them this photo of Lindsey Graham, which they then published. Let's talk about the bubble wand for just a second. One thing I learned from all of this is that Lindsey Graham is only 70 years old. I thought he was much older. But while it might be tempting to assume that Graham is just spending time with family and wanted to take the grandkids to the park over the weekend, no, he doesn't have any grandkids. He's got no kids. He has never been married. That was, according to witnesses, just some random little girl's bubble wand. He was holding it for her while she was in the bathroom, which I guess is nice of him, but also a little strange. Graham insisted that while he seems to be enjoying himself, he really wasn't. It was all business at Disney World for some reason. He said, I was invited to a meeting in South Florida on Friday with Trump official Steve Witkoff to talk about the possibility of normalization between Saudi Arabia and Israel. He added, I went to Orlando to meet friends after. I'm already back in South Carolina. Someone like Lindsey Graham shouldn't get to have friends, especially not right now. After making some devastating and drunken public appearances, he most recently has been seen hitting the media circuit promoting the war in Iran that he is absolutely giddy over. So here he is on Fox News in early March saying the United States is, quote, going to blow the hell out of the Iranians.
And we're going to win.
All
Israel
right,
and the United States, you just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people. This regime is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to fall. And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time. We're going to have prosperity unlike anyone could ever imagine. Peace brings prosperity. You can't do it by talking. The Democrats criticize this operation. They didn't do a damn thing. These men and women in the military should make us all proud.
He also said there that peace brings prosperity, but you can't get peace without doing all of the war first, obviously. So during that same interview, he held up a free Cuba hat. He also had a Make Iran Great Again hat. He had a lot of hats. But apparently he was very excited that the U.S. was going to be taking action in Cuba as well.
I mean, I'm not looking for a fair fight. If we get in a fight, I want to win it. I want to win it quick. I'm in Miami. You see this hat? Free Cuba. Stay tuned.
Yep.
The liberation of Cuba is upon us. It's just a matter of time now. You see this hat? Make Iran great. President Trump said the only way to make Iran great is for the people to take over. We're marching through the world. We're cleaning out the bad guys. We're going to have relationships with new people that will make us prosperous and safe. I've never seen anybody like it. This is Ronald Reagan plus. Donald Trump is resetting the world in a way nobody could have dreamed of a year ago. He is the greatest commander-in-chief of all time. Our military is the best of all time. Iran is going down, and Cuba is next.
Now, much of what the United States has done in Cuba has done little to free Cuba or its people. In fact, Cubans are currently facing blackouts and shortages as a very direct result of the U.S. liberating them. The House is set to return to session on Thursday, but the Senate gets to spend Easter at home with their families. There is this idea that has been burrowed into our American brains that we need to earn every little moment of reprieve we take for ourselves. Boomers are out here just collecting, just racking up vacation days because they never take them and they won't retire. Younger generations feel the need to have to explain themselves anytime they sit down, whether that's insisting that they did a ton of work before they sat, or insisting that they're about to do a ton of work once they get up, or saying that they simply don't feel well, which is why they need and deserve a little break. We don't need to do that anymore. If Lindsey Graham is not doing that, we don't need to do that. We stopped that today. You deserve rest because you're a human being and your body requires rest to function. But on top of that, you deserve it because apparently people like Lindsey Graham deserve it, and he doesn't do anything for anyone except for himself and Donald Trump and Israel. And so we are better than him, and we are more deserving of a day at Disney World than he is. All right, that is it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks.